Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Jess and I share videos every single Monday revolving around health and wellness. If you guys haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so I know what you guys like and so you don't miss any future videos. Alright, without any further ado, you know what? Actually, further ado, I just want to hit on my hair. I apologize, it's so crazy. It is a super rainy day outside and my hair gets so frizzy that I can't do anything with it. So this is the look we're going with today. Without any further ado, we're gonna jump right into today's video, which is all about protein. Okay, so first off, I do think protein is very important and I do think it improves your muscle growth and your fat burning after a workout. I've actually done a lot of research on this already. I actually wrote a research paper on it in college just last year and it involves 7 different articles discussing if protein post-workout does have effects on muscle building and fat loss. And from all of those articles and all the different articles I did read to write my research paper, I found that having at least 20 grams of protein post-workout helps with not only muscle building, but it also helps with fat loss. So with all the crazy amount of proteins on the market, today I'm going to discuss with you guys and break down 3 different types. The first is going to be a whey protein, the second is going to be a plant-based protein, and then the third is going to be collagen peptides. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about these so that way you guys get a better understanding of what would be best for you and your body. Let's jump into it. So number 1 is whey protein, and whey protein still has 3 different types in its category. So there is whey concentrates, whey isolates, and whey hydrolysis. I like to kind of think of these 3 different proteins as different tiers of whey. So you have cheaper ones that are still quality, get a little bit more expensive, that are a little bit more concentrated, and then finally the like holy grail, the gold one that's extremely expensive but the most concentrated form of protein. With all that in mind and all the different kinds of whey protein, from my research and a lot of research out there, whey protein is still said to be one of the best proteins because it is the most fast absorbing. Pretty much that just means that it's going into your system and getting used quicker than other proteins are. I know we're talking a lot of sciencey stuff, so I still want to keep this kind of fun, and I'm super curious if you guys are vanilla people or if you're chocolate people. Comment below and let me know. I'm a vanilla type of girl. I always go for the vanilla proteins and ice cream and vanilla, cake and all that stuff too. Okay, back to the books, people. Let's jump into it. So talking about whey concentrate. Whey concentrate is an awesome type of protein. It's still super fast absorbing and it still has a good amount of protein. But when compared to the other types of whey, it has more calories typically, more fats, and more carbs. That's the difference when we jump to a whey isolate, which is usually a little bit pricier. It's like the next on the tier, but it typically has more protein in it. Then we jump to tier number 3, which is the hydrolysis, which is pretty costly. I've actually never consumed it myself, but basically the hydrolysis is supposed to be more broken down and so your body absorbs it super duper fast. So with all that in mind, a little disclaimer, this is not an advertisement or anything like that or a promotional deal. I just want to share with you guys so you guys can see and get a good understanding of what I'm talking about if you're a visual learner or a hands-on learner like your girl. So with me, I have Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard whey protein, and this is an isolate. So that just means, like I said, it's a little bit more fast absorbing and it has a little bit more protein in it. So when I'm showing or reading the nutrition label, this specific protein, you take 1 scoop of it. It is 110 calories, 1 gram of fat. It has 2 grams of carbs and 24 grams of protein. So this is an isolate, a little bit different than if you were to have a whey concentrate. It might have a little bit more of the fat and carbs because as you can see in this one, it only has 1 gram of fat and 2 grams of carbs, which is really not that much. This is my go-to protein. I take this all the time. Again, I said I'm a vanilla girl, but it comes in other flavors as well. And it's pretty middle of the range price for protein. So like I said, this is an advertisement, but just because I want to be upfront and honest with you guys, this is a protein I would totally recommend. I think it is great on the nutrition label scale as well as the ingredients, and I think it tastes delicious and I use it for everything. So if you guys are looking for one, Optimum Nutrition Vanilla Whey Protein Isolate. It's a winner. All right, let's jump in to plant-based proteins. I think there's a place for plant-based proteins. I've had them myself. I prefer pea and rice proteins. From my research, these are the best and the most fast absorbing. So if you are looking for a plant-based protein, look for pea or rice blends. Also, if you have had whey protein and you've noticed you've had digestion issues, whey protein can be a common irritant for people's digestive systems. So if your tummy's been hurting, test out a pea protein or a rice protein and see if that helps your tummy as well. It is totally worth it to jump to a plant-based protein if you're having trouble with whey proteins, because the plant-based protein is still going to give you some benefit post-workout for muscle growth and for fat loss. Now, with all that in mind, something to note is that oftentimes plant-based proteins are higher on the macronutrient scale, meaning they usually have more carbs or more fats in addition to the amount of protein they have. So I'm going to share with you guys my favorite plant-based protein, which my favorite brand is the Origin brand. I've had many different types, and I just have this one because it's what we have around the house right now. It is a simple organic plant-based powder, chocolate peanut butter cup flavor. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. You guys know that commercial, the Reese's Cup commercial. Not my favorite, but it is delicious, I'm not gonna lie. So I just want to break this down for you guys and show you guys a little bit more about a plant-based protein and what they look like on the macronutrient scale. You take 2 scoops of this protein to have a full serving. It is 140 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 11 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein. So compared to our whey protein, it's a little bit less protein, a little bit more fat, a little bit more carbs, and a little bit more calories. But if you have an irritant to whey protein, this is still getting you good, solid, and natural protein in post-workout. So the third one we're going to talk about is our collagen peptides. Now, jumping back to the beginning of the video where I talked about how having at least 20 grams of protein post-workout helps with muscle building and helps with fat loss, I personally don't believe that collagen peptides are the best protein to do this. This is because collagen peptides are made with different types of amino acid chains of proteins that are specifically to help our hair and our nails, which is wonderful, especially as females, because these are areas we want to have really good, strong hair and nails. It's something I really work on. So I do take collagen peptides. I do think they are beneficial for that and help with keeping my hair healthy and strong as well as my nails. But I don't believe that this is the way to go if you are looking for that muscle building and fat loss benefit. I would gear more towards a whey protein if you can. If the whey protein irritates your tummy, then we go to that plant-based protein. Okay, now that we broke that down, like I said, this is not sponsored, but I'm gonna share with you guys the products that I really enjoy and really like and would recommend to you guys all and that I trust. So I have taken collagen peptides. This is Vital Protein Collagen Peptides. I think it's wonderful for your hair and nails and a good source of protein. It's a good additive. This one's actually flavorless, so I can add this in with my whey protein, and I'm just getting extra protein and helping my hair and nails. So looking at the nutrition label to show you guys a little bit more about these proteins, 2 scoops of this is a total of 70 calories. It is 18 grams of protein, so a decent amount of protein, and then it doesn't even hit the fat or the carbohydrate scale. Okay, so now that we broke all that down, I did want to keep this video short, but I've gotten really excited, so I don't even know how long this is gonna be as I'm recording it. But I do want to still talk to you guys one more thing about how to compare labels, because like I said, how there's so many different proteins out there. The other thing that's kind of a bummer is they don't always have to include everything in the labels. There's little tricks that they can get away and they can give you not as quality protein. This is when on the labels it says protein blend. When they say protein blend, they don't have to say how much they're putting of different types of protein, and sometimes it's a lower quality protein. So the ideal thing you want to do is in the ingredients, you want to look for something that says whey protein isolate or whey protein. That's going to be more solid. You know you're going to get quality protein. So once you're able to get your quality protein, you also want to read for extra ingredients. I always like to go with stuff that's the most simple. So there should only be like a handful of ingredients in your whey protein blend. If you're getting this long list of ingredients, they're probably putting additives in there that you don't need to put in your body. Also, pay attention to 2 different little things that are controversial topics. One is sucralose, which is sugar, and 2 is ACE-K, which is another type of this sugar complex that's super controversial. I've read some studies on it. I'm not going to share with you guys how I feel about it yet because I don't know yet, but it's controversial, so if you can avoid it, play it safe than sorry. Avoid ACE-K, acyl flame. It's really hard to say. And sucralose, make sure there's not a ton of added sugar inside. And finally, when you're looking at the labels and picking your protein, pay attention to those macronutrients. Take a look at the calories, the carbohydrates, the fats, and the amount of protein you're getting. Because sometimes there are proteins out there that have just as much or more carbs in them than protein. To me, that is a carb drink, not a protein drink. So try and find those proteins that are decent on the calorie range, have low fats, low carbs, and high amounts of protein. And you guys will be good to go. You guys are gonna be feeling strong and your body's gonna be thriving. If you guys just wanna test them out, feel free to test the ones out that I mentioned. I will link them below so you guys can check those out. I personally do recommend them and think they're wonderful proteins. Holy moly, I know that was a ton of information and like science-based information. But do your own research. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. This is just what I have found from my research and from what I've experienced and that I want to share with you guys that hopefully can be helpful. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate. Leave in the comments below or message me, or you guys can follow me on Instagram and DM me there. I'll put my @ here and I'd love to connect with you guys. I do share a lot on Instagram as well about nutrition, about workouts, about health, about wellness, and about my life. And so I'd love for you guys to join me and follow along. Okay, I think I've talked your ear off enough today. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see your beautiful faces next week. Bye guys!